Hey y'all, it's your boy Colin here. Boy, if I had my way, tomorrow would be a national holiday every single day for the rest of all of our lives and many lives into the future. Tomorrow, we're closing every Starbucks in America. That's 177,000 people are going to be going to a racial diversity seminar, everybody who works for Starbucks. So we're closing them all. And on top of that, MSNBC is having a show on the same day, Tuesday night, where they're going to talk about how terrible white people are, how we all have to start taking a look at white racism, because everybody knows black people are relentless victims of relentless white racism all the time, everywhere. That explains everything. Unfortunately, because I don't work for Starbucks, I will not be attending this seminar. But if I did, I'd be asking the people who run the seminar, what is up with all this violence and denial, black on white violence denial against white people, the kind we're going to see in this video?
It's time for America to take a hard look inwards and ask the tough questions about our ingrained prejudice. Let's address it head on. On the day Starbucks closes their stores for racial sensitivity training, MSNBC opens a national dialogue. Join Joy Reid and Chris Hayes for a discussion on everyday racism in America with a live audience in Philadelphia. Everyday Racism in America, Tuesday at 9 on MSNBC.
I want to know that they're going to be safe. And after this, it's kind of hard to know that he's going to be safe.
It's a video that's quickly gaining traction on social media. CBS 7 News, the first to show you the video of teenagers in a seemingly one-sided fight during school hours at Floyd Gwynn Park last Thursday. Today, police say the victim of the video was left with injuries to his abdomen, and a full investigation is officially underway.
CBS 7's Matthew Alvarez is live from where the fight happened after speaking exclusively with the mother of the victim. Matthew.
Jay Shelby, I'm here in the area of where that fight happened just last week. Today, I had the chance to speak with the mother of the 15-year-old victim, who says that although police are acting on the case, she still has some concerns. Brandy Riley was shocked to learn last Thursday that her 15-year-old son had been involved in a fight.
It upsets me because, you know, kids are supposed to go to school to get their education and stuff.
But even though the fight occurred on a school day during school hours, it wasn't on school grounds. So Riley had to turn to the Odessa Police Department to keep her son safe.
Even after all of this, on Thursday and Friday this morning, they're still, not him because he wasn't there right then, but these same group of kids were chasing the other kids around, his friends, because he wasn't there.
Now Riley is living in fear of retaliation, something that she says no parent should have to go through.
You want to know that they're going to be safe. And after this, it's kind of hard to know that he's going to be safe, especially since there's so many of them.
A shooting overnight in a Hazelhurst sports bar left one man dead and another 7 injured. It happened around 2:50 a.m. at Tootsie's, located at 1513 Monticello Street. Marie Edinger has more.
People at Tootsie's said the night was just like any other until they heard gunshots ring out. 26-year-old Jonathan Miller was killed. 7 others were wounded.
You need to walk away from that situation. Calm down, walk away from that situation.
Corey Murray and Ponji Gray live just down the street from Tootsie's.
Everyone around here live together, play together. Our kids and I play together. I don't know, people from out of town come and do stupid things.
3 others shot in an Anderson block party.
Yeah, investigators say somebody opened fire right into the crowd. Now police need to find the people responsible.
Our Alexis McAdams breaking down now who police are looking for at this hour.
People who were at that party tell me it was going just fine. They were listening to music and having fun until bullets started flying. One woman says she was standing right next to the teen who was shot in the chest.
This video was taken at a block party in Anderson. Recorded just minutes before police say someone sprayed the crowd of more than 200 people with gunfire.
You just heard like pop, 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 pop.
Investigators say those bullets hit 4 people, including a 19-year-old Muncie teen who was shot in the chest. He was flown by medical helicopter to Indianapolis.
People are recovering after a shooting in East Price Hill. Good evening, everyone. This is a story we first told you about during 9 on Your Side at 7.
And police tell us this shooting happened near the intersection of Glenway and Ross Avenues. Take a look at the location here on the map. That's where we find 9 on Your Side's Kristen Swilley. She has some brand new information on the victim's conditions tonight. Kristen?
Yeah, good evening, guys. We now know all 4 victims were taken to UC Medical. 2 of them have life-threatening injuries. And I spoke to a woman who was caught in the middle of all of this. She arrived in the immediate aftermath of today's shooting. I also spoke to a community leader who says he hopes this isn't a sign of things to come.
I can still see him laying there. I just wish I didn't come out here today.
Sharon Johnson was on the way to her granddaughter's graduation when she got caught in the middle of this crime scene.
Then I seen ladies screaming and hollering right there, like I said, and somebody had got shot.
It happened in broad daylight as children stood outside, creating this block-long crime scene that shut down Glenway and Ross for hours.
And this District 3 is basically heating up right now. We don't know the reason for it, but I guess when you eradicate some things in some areas, they relocate.
Reverend Peterson Mingo spoke with the victims' families at UC Medical Center.
Family and friends are gathering there, and no one seems to know what the cause was. Nobody seems to know anybody else involved.
Arrest has been made in the violent robbery at a Best Buy in West Hollywood. Surveillance video from Monday shows a customer browsing through the electronics store. The suspect is seen eating Cheetos when he suddenly sucker punches a guy, grabs the victim's phone, and heads out the emergency exit. Police say the suspect was arrested the next day on an unrelated charge.
That's real funny, right? Yeah. 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 I get it all on video too. Yep, I got it all on video. Yep. Yeah.
Liz, the police chief told me he's thankful this didn't turn out deadly. He says that detective saved his own life and the suspect's life.
He was trying to physically harm me and or kill me. I think he was trying to kill me.
You're listening to an audio recording of Detective Michael Hodgson recounting the chilling details after a routine traffic stop in Norwood turned violent.
I mean, he had to have been rolling at least 70, 80, 90 miles an hour with my legs dangling out the car.
Norwood Police Chief James Wilson says Detective Hodgson pulled over this man, Timothy Robinson, for having a headlight out.
The driver became increasingly nervous.
The driver admitted he had a weapon on him and pointed it at the detective before handing it over. Moments after the detective asked the driver to step out of the car, this happened.
I had my back turned to the driver's side door. He charges me, slams me up against the driver's side door and jumps in the car. He grabs my shirt and pulls me.
Chief Wilson says the driver turned the car back on and took off, driving towards this bridge.
And the suspect told Officer Hodgson, he says, I'm going to kill you tonight, and I'm going to kill myself, and I'm going to run us off the bridge.
The chief says this all unfolded at high speeds on this busy road. At one point, the detective stunned him with a taser. That's how he got control of the steering wheel and forced the car off the road.
The vehicle went off the roadway here, struck that embankment, and you can see there's still part of the vehicle.
But it didn't end there. Chief Wilson says after the car finally stopped, the suspect tried to run, but the detective tackled him.
Would you say this is a miracle he's alive?
Absolutely, that's a miracle.
Well, that suspect was out of jail less than 12 hours later. He paid $112,000 bond. That's 15% of his $750,000 bond. Liz?
Stephanie, such a terrifying encounter. I can only imagine community members and police officers are uneasy about how fast that suspect bonded out of jail.
Day 3 of Fitchburg Days wrapped up tonight at McKee Farms Park with a heavier police presence than usual. Officers say that there were a number of problems with minors at the carnival, ending in the arrest of at least 2 teens this weekend. The Midway closed early Friday and Saturday nights. Organizers say they're looking into ways to avoid issues for future events.
After fights at a festival in Fitchburg shut the party down early over the weekend and big disturbances at Bratfest last year, organizers of the Memorial Day weekend tradition are boosting security.
New tonight, Jennifer Cleese has got you covered on the new plans to keep Bratfest safe.
Security is top of mind after big fights broke out last year at the carnival.
We're always trying to change and we're always trying to add new things, and security is part of that.
There will be fencing surrounding the carnival portion of Bratfest to help secure that area, and everyone will have to go through extra security when they walk into the Alliant Energy Center.
Security personnel will, check bags. We've done that for years at Bratfest, and then this year we'll be scanning for metal too.
And here's a story out of Chicago, just happened the other night. 15 to 20 offenders is really 2 or 3 times that money. They were just parading down a Midway, beating the hell out of white people just for the hell of it. Everybody thought it was a lot of fun. Nobody thought it was a very big deal. It was a black on white thing. Sometimes we can count on this website, CWB Chicago, to kind of tell us what's really happening. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. In this case, they decided to let everybody know that there's a huge crime wave in Chicago that a lot of people don't know about until it's too late. A crime wave of black on white hostility, a tsunami of black on white violence that it's so easy to find and it kind of happens on a regular basis. They decided that if they told their readers, their viewers that, well, that would just make too many black kids angry.